I need to consent to being live streamed. Okay, let's do that.
I'll talk first, David, if you don't care.
Sure, by all means, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Then I'll just say where we are, and then I'll introduce you, and you'll.
Okay. They're about, well, I'm playing the first board as we speak, so.
Okay, looks like we're ready to go here. We'll talk about this part score deal in a moment. We are in the round of 16 of the Spingold taking place in Chicago. This is a very close match. It is the final 30 deals of a 60 deal match. We're going to watch boards 31 through 45 here. I'm Larry Cohen from broadcasting from somewhere in the United States, and David Byrne, you're broadcasting from somewhere not in the United States.
Hello, yes, good evening from somewhere in somewhere no longer in Europe, in London, England. These players, Michael Wibley is actually a New Zealander. The other three on his team are all Australians. Sartaj Hansen, Andy Hung played in the Bermuda Bowl for Australia in Salsa Maggiore last year. I don't know how much Edgton and Wibley have played together, but Michael Wibley, I think, recently became New Zealand's first ever world grandmaster at bridge, which is pretty good. And Nabil Egton burst onto the Australian scene as a junior, well, a few years ago now, but the young man has certainly made his mark. And here he is in 2 diamonds, which you would say he was likely to make, but maybe Larry can tell me more about the Spectre team, because although I'm familiar with the names,
Yeah, and we'll talk more about, we'll dig into the bridge a little bit after. We're going to use this part score deal as more as a way to introduce what's happening here. East-West for the Spectre team, Vince Moy and John Kranyak. Vince is from Canada. I don't know if it's the Montreal area. Kranyak is from somewhere in the Midwest, and they've been on the Spectre. The Spectre team's a very strong team that's been together about 5-6 years with the same personnel. Kranyak used to play more with Hurd, but this partnership's at least several years old. We have their convention cards, so we'll call them up. The most important thing I found out, David, I just Googled this. David and I decided we didn't want to show European pairs because other than David, everyone is asleep in Europe. So we picked this pair from down under. It is about 20 to 8 in the morning in Australia. So maybe we got some viewers there. We're watching. Oh, sorry, David. We're watching a diamond suit. We'll talk about that. That sure, Declare could have ace and 1 up as King 10 9 8 6. If everyone's saying why didn't he leave the 10 of diamonds? Well, yeah, we're looking at all 4 hands. It's normal to play a diamond to the ace and lose 2 diamond tricks.
Yeah, people may not know that the Women's World Cup of what you guys call soccer, I think, in the United States is being played as we speak in Australia and New Zealand, and yesterday, I think it was, both teams won their first matches in those competitions. So there'll be a lot of happy Australians and New Zealanders. Whether or not they'll have got up from the celebration party at 7:30 in the morning, I don't know. But that's what's going on down there. They don't want to.
We got rid of the dull part score. This looks like a very exciting battle in the majors. North-South can make 5 hearts, I think, and East-West can make 5 spades. Looks like. So 11 tricks for each side. I know I got to get David to make some comment about some laws and things. I know your law is, it's better to have more trumps than your opponents, but let's see. North, south have 10 hearts, east, west have 10 spades.
If there are really 11 tricks for both sides, that's illegal because they've only got 10 trumps each. But there are many reasons why they shouldn't be. Okay, so one spade, two spades decided to show hearts and a minor. Some people reluctant to do that with a 6-card heart suit and only a 5-card minor, but okay. 4 spades is what it is, and I guess North, who is vulnerable against not, he kind of has to be 5 hearts, and now it's a question of what East West can do.
Yeah, and East at these colors with no hearts, yeah, certainly 5 spades. I think all of these decisions, so North's 5 hearts and East 5 spades, were fairly normal. Now, let's see. I don't think South's going to bid again with the King Queen of spades. So I think they're probably going to play in 5 spades doubled and make it.
I would say that was a likely outcome. I mean, if South, and I don't think anybody's, I mean, maybe because North-South are vulnerable and they bid a game and the rest of it, they might regard themselves as being in a force, but wow, is that the right decision? Looks like it.
Well, we're not done. We're not done. When in doubt, bid one more, right? When in doubt, bid one more. It wouldn't shock me if East took what we call a phantom sacrifice. There it is. You know, it's hard to blame him. Sure, looking at all the cards, he wanted to defend.
Kraniak can think to himself, if my partner puts down King 5th of spades and Ace of clubs, I'm going to make this. Some of the time.
And this is not a big deal. I mean, he's going to be minus 100 instead of plus 100. I don't think they were going to double 6 hearts, so it's not a huge cost. But if either contract was making, this was a big decision, big winning decision. If either 5 hearts, 6 hearts, or 6 spades, I don't think it's likely to be making 6 spades, but.
No, I mean, it could be, but I mean, I think you're right and absolutely right that East can't really take the risk that 6 hearts would make somehow. I mean, if one of his opponents was void in spades, and obviously he can be pretty sure that South has diamonds over his King Jack 3rd, so why shouldn't they be making 6 hearts?
Yeah, just switch the Ace of Diamonds around and put in the ball game.
6 spades isn't going down all that many, so it's a normal decision. Okay, it's technically a losing one, but.
Yeah, there's an old adage in bridge on freak deals, like where both sides have big fits. When in doubt, bid one more, and that's a good adage because, you know, if either contract makes, like I said, it's a big gain, and even when they're both down 1, it's not a disaster.
No, what could he have got? I mean, he wasn't going to double 6 hearts ever, so he plus 100 instead of minus 100. But as you say, if 5 hearts was 6 hearts was making, or 6 spades by some miracle was making, then the swing could be absolutely enormous. So
now there is a slight issue in the play here. How is Declare going to play the spades? I mean, we could see he can't go wrong, but from his point of view, they could be 3-0 on side with North having King Queen low. So Declare is going to be reluctant to lay down the Ace of spades, possibly losing 2 tricks. So he might want to lead a spade from the dummy. Except, yeah, I think he might do that. Let's say they play back a heart or a diamond. He might try to go to dummy to lead a spade from the dummy. That risks running into a club ruff.
I suppose he could lead a low spade from his hand if he was worried about that.
Although that still runs into the problem. What
that
if
still would
South,
run into, yes, yeah.
South has a stiff club saying queen and 1 spade, not very likely, or a stiff club and king and 1 spade.
He needed bid 6 hearts, so that he's probably void in one of the black suits. So yeah, you're right. It could easily be right to not just bang down the Ace of spades.
It just might slow him down a little in case the viewers are earning, why doesn't he just get this over with? He does have to deal with the potential 3-0 spade break.
I mean, now he knows that South doesn't have the ace of diamonds. He'll be thinking, well, how could the guy bid 6 hearts? If he doesn't have at least one black suit void, maybe he has two, some sort of 7-6 monster shape.
Right, and if he's void in clubs with, say, king and a spade, a low spade out of his hand would cost a trick. It would go low, 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 honor, and then the club ruff.
Absolutely.
Now, I wonder if North was thinking of giving him a club ruff at trick 2, after the ace of diamonds, which would have been the right play, if declare the king of ace, king of spades. So.
He could well have been, maybe, well, who knows what it would have led, would he have led the, anyway, he did bang down the ace of spades, that's not going to matter. I was just wondering what he would have led if he had a club void. Would he really lead a low diamond? Maybe he'd try a low heart if he had a club void, I don't know. But yeah, it's a valid point. These things weren't nearly as easy as they look.
So we're only showing you one table, but we will let you know what happens at the other table on a board like this here. I'm sure the audience, if they're just watching us, we'll spare you from flipping to the other table and we'll let you know. Looks like another exciting deal here. 6 spades, 6 clubs, east, west, and maybe north, south bid one more at these colors, bid 7 hearts. And this time it's not a phantom sacrifice.
2 hearts, okay. I don't know what methods these two play. I don't think I have a convention card for these guys, so that might be hearts and a minor or hearts and another. If it's just a week 2 in hearts, it's a pretty random effort, but
that's going to amuse North.
well, yes. Can West bid 4 clubs to show clubs in a major, or clubs and spades? Is that even forcing?
And most people play that forcing. What do you call it? Roman jump over call. They play it's forcing. This has a lot of shades of similarities of the previous deal, doesn't it? And
absolutely, yeah. I mean, both sides can, well, east west can now make something giant and north south. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess the 3 down, not vulnerable. He decided to bid 3 hearts some play. That is asking for a stopper, but I guess he plays it as Michael's. Maybe he plays it as specifically spades and clubs.
And now North has what we call, use a baseball term, fielder's choice. He can make any bid in the bidding box at this point. He can bid 4-0 trump. He can bid 6 hearts. He can bid anything fun. I wonder what Zia would do. Maybe 3-0 Zia would bid. You're white on red. It's their hand. And you just, it can bid anything. You have an opinion, David?
You can double 3 hearts to show a desire to double the opponents for penalties in something.
That's a nice psych.
An attempt to put them off. I don't know whether Zia would do that, but he could bid 3-0 trump. But I agree, he can do absolutely anything. 2 hearts, incidentally, you can't see on the screen, is described as very aggressive by South. That's what South thinks of 2 hearts. That's what he's told his opponents that it is. So it's not too suited. It's a very aggressive weak 2 bid. And West has described 3 hearts as Michael's, although he hasn't worked out quite how to spell it, but that's Michiels, it says.
And 4-0 trump says what's your minor, and it's possible East is planning on raising that to 6. My theory with the North hand, I mean, there's all sorts of sexy psychic things, but I like to just take up space. So I would have bid like 5 hearts or something. I think East, I don't know. East might raise this. Hope his vulnerable partner as, say, he would need an ace of club, an ace, well, 2 aces and the king of spades, basically.
Yeah, that's reasonable to hope. I mean, I understand for what's in the sense that maybe the opponent, East bids a comfortable 4 spades and West passes in case he thinks that's a stretch. But 5 hearts or even 6 hearts would also be fine. Question is whether East, I mean, if East passes. What is par on this board? Six spades making sixes against seven hearts doubled down, what, five?
Yep, par, seven hearts double down 800.
Okay. It's not a question of you're happy to buy it in game because that's cheaper than the biggest save they can find, or more expensive than the biggest save they can find. That's not quite right. You need to get yourself to six spades.
Which they won't. They're going to play in 5 or 6 clubs, and against 6 clubs, 6 hearts is only 500.
Okay, on the first board, the second board that we saw, the final contract was 6 hearts down one, which lost 100. So that was worth 4 imps, I think, to Hans and his team. Take the lead by that many. So he did raise, and now
I think North's, I mean, I would have bid more the first time, but now that he's done this, yeah, you just 1370s versus 500s, a big difference. And North has, I would say, negative defense. I suppose, though, if his partners, well, no, this is quite practical. So they've sort of reached par for this table, because I don't think they were ever going to get to spades once West chose Michaels. So pretty well judged all around.
You might be a little worried that bidding 6 might get them to bid 7 when they can make it, but I suppose you can bid 7 over that. And I mean, he's not so concerned that they'll back into 7 spades, because they haven't tried to play in spades yet. But even so, there's a little risk of bidding 6, but I think it's absolutely the practical thing to do.
I wonder if West is considering 6 spades here, which certainly is the winning action. But I mean, for all he knows, his partner has a singleton spade or something.
What did his partner do? He just asked for the minor. He didn't imply any spade fit. He did, but 6 spades. Well done. That's a good shot. Now they're going to bid 7 odds over that.
I don't think so. This was a sneaky way to buy the contract.
I mean, North has this very aggressive partner, but he also has 4 spades to the 10. Who knows what sort of nuisance that might be.
Kind of get your ego involved. You don't like being pushed around like this, but
that's right.
I'm sure he's wishing at this point that he bid like 6 hearts the first time. That would have made it tougher.
It would. I mean, what would he still have done over 6 hearts? Could he bid 6 spades himself?
I think so.
Could he even make a forcing pass? Is this forcing? I mean, why should North be bidding 6 hearts to make? And I mean, obviously not when you've got those East cards, but from everybody's point of view.
Yeah, anyway, forcing passes are tough.
I mean, South isn't going to save with an ace.
No. So East-West are going to get a very chunky 1430, which is way better than par. So David, I knew, sorry, David, I knew that when in doubt, bid one more was going to come up. I was just one board early.
Well, they don't seem to have been in too much doubt about bidding one more, but when in doubt, they seem to be quite happy to bid 2 more some of the time. But West did very well there, I was about to say. That wasn't at all obvious. And if he does pick up a big swing, well, he earned it. There's nothing to play here, is there? He just claim.
He is going to claim 12 tricks, and we get to go on to the next deal. Just have to find the claim button. These players are playing on computers, so they have to click a button that says claim.
Okay, yes. I gather some of the players weren't all that familiar with the Chromebooks that they're using, and so things have been a little bit delayed just to familiarize them with that. But
we'll give you a report on that deal because David has both screens open. So you don't have to flip around. Stay right here with us. Watch our commercial ads and everything. Don't flip your channel. So one club by West, one heart by East, who's going to drive to game. You would think this is going to end up in 3-0. Is slam any good? No. So 6, 7, 8. Even if the spade finesse wins, that's only 11 tricks.
Yeah, you always look around for 2-2 breaks and blocked heart position.
Sort of.
But this way, yeah, but you need to be able to get rid of the diamond losers before you look around for those, and I don't see a way of doing that.
So West rebid's a little interesting here. You open a club, your partner bids your heart suit. You could raise hearts on 3 or repeat the clubs. I know players who would have upgraded this West hand to a strong no trump.
Yep, just to save all those problems, but it's 13 is. Yeah, but I mean, as you say, it's got a tricky rebid. The style is obviously to raise with this 6-3 shape.
Certainly want to stay out of 3 hearts here. So 2 spades is some sort of ask. A lot of people call this spiral relay. And it says, partner, tell me more about your raise. And then your partner can tell you if he's raised you on only 3. And East is going to want to bid no trump, but his diamonds are lacking. So maybe he bids 3 spades to show where he lives to get his partner to bid 3 now. They surely want to avoid 4 hearts. And you really don't want to be in 5 clubs either on this layout.
Okay, so he's got another relay.
And we see what 3 clubs meant. You have that there, David?
2 spades was 3 clubs, showed 3 hearts and 6 clubs, or 1, 3, 4, 5. So 3 diamonds. 2 spades was just an asking bid. 3 clubs showed those things. 3 diamonds is another asking bid. And I guess what he's supposed to do is to say whether he's got 3 hearts and 6 clubs or whether he's got 1, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how he's supposed to say it. He's got 3 bids that he can make below 3-no, I mean below and including 3-no trump. So whether he can fit it all in is nervous making. I agree with you. It would be nicer if East could just bid a natural 3 spades. You know, a stopper showing 3 spades, and West could bid 3-no trump with his diamond guard, but it's not the method.
Yeah, the funny thing is, if his partner were to show 1, 3, 4, 5, that would make 3-no a very attractive bid for East, but his partner's not going to show that.
No, he's not. I mean, maybe.
Well, if they get to 5
1, 3, 4,
clubs,
5, he always bids 3-no trump, and with something else he can distinguish his stoppers. That would be a bit fiddly to do, but I suppose he could do it. Okay, now he bid 4 clubs because now they're in a little bit of trouble.
yeah, 3-no. I know. I'm going to say sometimes I say something bad about my students. I teach a lot, David, but I guarantee you every one of my students could make 3-no trump. I bet they could even make 4-no trump.
Now, I was going to say, you may be doing some of them an injustice. Yeah, I'm sure you would talk about how to take 10 tricks by now.
Yeah, now 5 clubs, on the other hand, I think certainly with a diamond lead, I don't think it can make. Without a diamond lead, it can make, because you can get those hearts going in time. So I think they're going to land now in 5 clubs, and North's going to have to lead a diamond, but that 9 of spades is going to be attractive. So West thinks he's showing 2-3, 2-6, sort of too good for 3-no trump. It's too bad that it's too good for 3-no trump, because you can't get to 3-no trump over 4 clubs. That must be one of your laws, David.
Thanks, Demoy, for those. Yes, okay. I think I'm showing 2-3, 2-6, sort of too good for 3-0 trump, I guess. Well, it's the kind of confident explanation that the opponents are likely to be more inspired by than your partner, but your partner can't see it and they can. I'm a little bit puzzled. I mean, this looks like a seam in the methods, and you don't often see that at this kind of level with these kinds of players.
Yeah, two balanced hands, 26 high card points, 13 opposite 13, and everything stopped. Yeah, it's
this is
that's the problem. You know, some of these systems, things just fall through the cracks. Sometimes this looks like such an easy hand, and I'm sure a lot of people viewing are saying, well, my partner and I would be in 3-0 in 3 bits. What's the problem? All right, so this will be interesting here. I think so. If North doesn't lead a diamond, well, if North leads a diamond, do you see any way to make this? I think Declares is going to have to take a spade finesse.
I'm just
What else
wondering
can he do?
eliminate stuff and plays now hard, and you sort of think about crocodile coups and things like that, but I don't think it's like that actually.
Yeah, I think on a diamond lead, he'll take a 50-50 spade finesse for his 11th trick. But
even
without
without
a diamond
lead, what's he going to do? I mean,
oh, he can play on hearts. He can draw trump and lead a heart to the 10. Oh, but then there's a diamond shift.
we can shift to a diamond.
Yeah, they just have to lead or shift to diamonds. This contract's at worst 50-50 if the spade finesse is on.
Dealer rush, I think. Does he have to lead a diamond? He can play a heart to the 10, but they can play another diamond. He can. I mean, the only way. Who's actually declared? I've lost the plot. Who bid clubs first?
Oh, well, the guy opened a club, West. Yeah.
He was West. West opened one of them. It was a long time ago. I'd forgotten about it. I was looking at all these relays to see who bid clubs, but the guy opened a club gets to declare. That's fair enough.
Well, Spectre won a big swing for their 1430. What did the other table do? 6 spades.
The other table called the tournament director, which is why they were a bit slower than they might have been. But the result was that they played in 7 clubs doubled, and the guy with a reason for doubling, which was that he had the ace of diamonds, found out that that was a darn good reason, and it went down one. But I noticed at one point that at some point the law had been summoned to deal with something, so that might not be the complete story, but it's what we have at the moment. So that was 7 clubs down, doubled on one for 200, and what did they make? 6 spades for 1430. So that was a swing of 1660, 1630. I'm sorry, which I think comes to 17 imps. I suppose I could look at the scorecard. I don't have to think. Yep, 17 imps for Spectre, subject to administrative dealings if there are any. I mean, he may have been called for some misexplanation or something else. Anyway,
a lot of times let us bet. Yeah, he's going to have to shift to diamonds if Declarer works on hearts. So sometimes they call the tournament director for a technical issue, like the screen was frozen or the connection was down or there was click. So we don't know. I don't suppose there's any way we'll find out if that board is under a ruling or just was a technical error.
Absolutely. We'll have to see. Now, Declarer, I mean, obviously rejecting the spade finesse at trick 1. The lead, I guess, could be from something like Queen 987, but I mean, he led the 7, which I guess indicates that they're actually playing pretty straight 3rd and 5th. So it could be from anything with the Queen or without it. So he doesn't know, but he might as well win the first one.
Yeah, there's an old saying I use: if the finesse is winning, it's going to win later. Now heart to the 10, and North's going to have to find the diamond shift right away. Or heart to the 7's the same thing. This is the moment of truth, and not easy at all, especially if partner encouraged in spades. Now, Declarer did show his shape, though, right? He said,
wow.
Well, remember, he knows Declarer's shape.
Oh, of course,
he knows Declarer's 2-2.
He's told the opponents, I think I'm
right. Right. Otherwise, I mean, if Declarer had 3 little spades and 1 diamond, he'd have to continue spades. But he announced his shape here. So I don't see any way out of this.
Absolutely.
So well done by North.
There's no way that he can squeeze anybody into anybody that I can see. That's
No, everyone's can guard what they need to. I mean, he can win this and play another diamond. And probably South better not win the second diamond, or maybe not, but I don't think the defense can mess this up. So the other table, we could see the result there. They got to a remarkable contract, David. Do you want to guess what it is without looking?
maybe they stopped in 4-no trump after a more sophisticated relay auction, but I put the money on
No,
3.
they somehow got to 3-no trump.
Good Lord. Well, damn clever, these Australians. Okay, so that's going to hand back, I think, 13 imps of the, no, wait a minute, 730, that's only 12
yeah.
of the 17 that went away on the last board.
A lot of excitement
bring
here.
the rest back to within an imp, I think, says 70, 81 to 82, assuming that we haven't overlooked something that declarer can do, but I must admit I don't see it. He can regret his system, he can congratulate himself on having told his opponents what he had, because that's what you're supposed to do when you play bridge. But the fact that it's led to North finding he still had to find the defense, he still had to be on his toes and work out to shift to diamonds, and he did all of that. So again, he got his swing by earning it. But East-West need to think about that sequence a little bit more. '81, '82.
So I would say East is too strong for 2-no, 20 to 21. But to my way of thinking, yes, I see 21, but that to me is too good of a 21. I would treat that as 22 to 24. So I would open 2 clubs. Graniak doesn't agree with me, or maybe their range is 20 to 22, which would surprise me.
Yeah, it's got a lot of prime features. I mean, a good 5-card suit, mostly top cards, the Queen Jack of diamonds in the same suit. So even if you normally discount queens and jacks, Queen Jack together is probably worth the same as a king.
Yeah, I wouldn't raise a 20 to 21 with the West hand, but maybe let me see if I could find their range.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it here. To me, I'll bet if someone's got that program. Okay, they're 2-no trump opening. Mr. Kraniak, I apologize. 21 to 23. So I'm with you.
Okay, well, he has explained it to his opponents as 20 to 22. West is probably proceeding on the basis that he won't have 20 all that often, shall we put it that way?
Convention card does say 21 to 23, not a range you see every day. So probably this is some form of puppet stamen. Will they get to their 5-3 spade fit? And do they even want to? I guess they will. Is
okay,
4
so
spades or 3 no?
Three diamonds is no major or 5 spades. 3 hearts is asking, but I can't get to 3-no trump without showing smaller. So if he did 3-no trump there, it would be smaller. And this is yet one more variation of puppet, Muppet, call it what you like, statement.
It's not clear what the best game is here. Certainly 3-no trump with a diamond lead, which would be very unlikely, could fail with the spade. With the spade finesse on, anything makes. With the spade finesse off, as here, 3-no would have been easy because they would have let clubs. Yeah, so 4 spades is in some danger, except South's gonna have to lead something, and anything he leads is a little bit helpful for declare. I guess a club lead is best, but why would he do that? I think he's going to lead his doubleton heart just for safety, and that's going to blow out the heart suit. This is going to be interesting.
It will blow out the heart suit. It's just a question of I mean, as long as North doesn't put the jack on it, the entries are a bit thin to cash the Queen of Hearts. I suppose if you manage to knock out the King of Spades early, and then you could cross to the 10 of Spades and cash the Queen of Hearts and discard something useful on it. But that all seems a bit slow to me.
Yeah, there's entry problems, there's trump drawing problems. It's a bit of a mess.
No, he's full of problems in 4 spades. Is this 3 no trump, as you say? I mean, again, if South did lead a rather unlikely diamond, well, he's led
a trump. And I think Declare is going to play the 10 and lead a diamond. He's probably going to play the 10 and lead a diamond. Doesn't that feel normal? To win the 10 of spades, diamond to the queen. So now Sal's going to win it and be in trouble again.
Yes, he can't lead another trump. But why does he need to? He'll be expecting, well, what will he be expecting? How will he know the diamond position he won't? But does, I mean, he can win the ace of diamonds and play a diamond. That probably doesn't do anything that Declarer can't do. But as you say, it's going to be tricky. I don't see even double dummy. I don't use the Michael Rosenberg told me not to, but even double dummy, I can't see a way of making this.
You would click the TTS. No one can click it if they're watching us.
But I promised Michael Rosenberg many years ago that I would never use the double dummy. So when I was commentating, he said, "You mustn't do that." All right, Michael.
I confess, I've imbibed. But I do believe a diamond to the queen and ace is coming next. I can't imagine what else Declarer would do at this point. He's got to deal with his diamond loser anyway. So I see a diamond to the queen and ace, and South going into a study and not knowing what to do, and probably returning a red suit.
Yeah, I mean, returning a club would be cleanest, because I mean, then the defense just has 4 tricks. But that I agree. I grant you is extremely unlikely.
I'm not sure what Kraniak's thinking about. What, I mean, is he thinking of playing another spade? And then, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of entries to dummy, and Queen Jack third of diamonds has to be dealt with. You don't want to, you're hoping to use that heart potential discard to throw your 2 of clubs. You're hoping to lose 2 diamond tricks, and I guess he doesn't know who has the king of spades. 5, 3, 8.
He doesn't. I mean, you'd think South would probably not lead a singleton trump. So if he needs to pick up North's king of spades, he doesn't have to lead a second round of spades immediately. But on the other hand, he doesn't want to have to go to the queen of hearts to lead a second round of spades. So he's got, I agree with you. It looks normal and natural to play a diamond, but he's got plenty to think about.
So personally, I don't use puppet Stayman over 2-0 because of the problem with the 5-4 in the majors. Now there are ways around it, but life's too short for me to memorize all that. So I just wouldn't have been able to use puppet Stayman here. So I would have gotten to a pedestrian 3-0 and gotten lucky that South leads a club.
Well, you might have got to a pedestrian 2-0 if you thought that East had only 20. But I mean, if West thought that East had 21, 23, like he's supposed to have apparently, then yeah, I mean.
Yeah, well, my option would have been 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2-0, regular Stayman, 3 spits, 3-0, and sometimes you're lucky. Like here, it would have been easy. You switch the north-south hands, and 3-0 would still make, because the spade finesse wins. But
yeah, that might be the slight problem, that North might venture something over 2 diamonds, but I guess people don't always double things for leads when just because they can. I mean, there's no particular reason with King 10-9 fifth to double 2 diamonds. How do you know you want a diamond lead anyway?
Yeah, you have other honors.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
sometimes when you make those doubles, it sends you looking to the back of the scorecard for what's
That's
two
right.
diamonds redoubled, two diamonds redoubled, making 4. We don't know that one off the top of our head.
Indeed not, no. But I mean, that would be the only way, I agree, to avoid a defending 3-0 trump with partner leading a club like an honest citizen or whatever the Bird and Antheus approved lead is from the South End against an auction like that. But it probably wouldn't be a diamond from ace third. That would not be on the menu.
I've always been a big fan of lead directing doubles. I make more of them than anyone, and I like my partner to do so as well. Occasionally they might redouble and make some ridiculous number, but I love to get help on opening lead. But I wouldn't do it with this North hand.
No,
way too dangerous.
I'm with you exactly. I mean, my partners and I lead so badly that we have to make these doubles all the time, but this one would be a bit rich.
Now, how about over a Jacoby transfer, like say 2-0 past 3 diamonds? There's a little more safety in that. Now I'm getting in the ball game. If it was a Texas transfer, 2-0 4 diamonds, I'd take a chance. Because if I don't double, my partner's going to lead his normal spade away from the queen, and they're on the 4 level. I'd make a lead directing double with king 10-9 fifth. I would double a Blackwood response with king 10-9 fifth, but to double a 2 diamond waiting bid when the guy behind you could have 21 points and diamonds, that's too dangerous.
Meanwhile, declarer is still giving 4 spades a considerable amount of thought. As he should, of course. He's okay, doing what we thought he would do.
Doing what we did 10 minutes ago.
I'm not sure what the 7-1 signals are. In use, I would advise South to win this trick, otherwise I would be able to see a double dummy way to make. But I still don't see, is there something dangerous South can lead now? A club, what does that do? I think that just sets up 4 winners for the defense.
Well, a heart wouldn't be great, would it? Because declarer can win it and give up another diamond. And now if they don't tap the dummy, he's in great shape. In other words, let's say they play a heart now and they duck it to the 10, 7 of hearts, low, 10. Declarer gives up another diamond. And they would need to tap the dummy immediately. Otherwise, oh, well, no, they could just shift to clubs. That would be okay. Yeah, they could just shift to clubs. So we still think it's going down.
Yeah, I mean, unless something ludicrous like lead another trump, I don't see what there's no way. I would advise North to win this trick, though, otherwise there will be a way.
Yeah, and declarer is going to lose a spade and a club. There's really no way out. And the other table, we can see 3-0 by East, probably with a club lead, and there was no problem there. 4, 7, 8. Yeah, you have 8 tricks, and they have to give you a 9th in them somewhere. Not clear how to declare would play 3-0 with a 7 of clubs, 10, queen, ace. Probably just bang spades out of his hand. Why not?
Yes, I mean, assuming this goes down as it, well, I still can't see a way. I mean, you rest at the other table will know that 7 clubs double down 1 was probably not a great result, missing an ace, and they'll be surprised when they find how many imps they scored for bidding 3-0 trump on 2 consecutive boards when it looked like pretty much
right, 2 easy 3-0s, and they're going to win 20 something imps for them, and so Hans is going to win 10 imps here. Retake the lead.
Actually, now I can see a way to make. If North leads a heart, I believe declarer can make the contract, but I don't know why he would do that.
Can't see him playing a heart. I think his choices are a spade or a diamond.
Oh, this blade looks. How could it do? Even a club, I don't see a way to make it. A heart would let it through, but why you would play a heart? Nobody would play a heart. Come on, Michael. I didn't make you New Zealand's first grandmaster for nothing. Don't play a heart.
Have you ever played bridge down under in Australia, David?
I played once in the Gold Coast tournament in Brisbane, which is an annual event. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Very impressed with the organization, I must say, of Australian events in terms of results, hand records, timetabling, everything. Very high standard of direction. Wasn't too impressed with the temperature, but that's what it is, and very welcoming, the Australian bridge environment. So thoroughly enjoyed it. Hope to get back there one day.
I played in that same tournament.
Right.
30 years ago.
Oh, wow. No, I think mine was a bit more recent than that. What was it? 2014, I think.
They love their bridge there. They love to have a little party and a drink after the game.
Absolutely.
It was very social, a little too social for me. I almost drowned there. I was swimming in the ocean, and the undertow got me. It was very scary, but here I am. I played with Eric Rodwell. That was a lot of fun. He was my partner for the tournament.
Tremendous fun.
We had a lot of fun.
Okay, well, a lot of thinking has been expended on this deal so far.
I'm still a panelist for Australian Bridge Magazine. Very nice publication.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh no, a heart. Uh-oh.
Surely you can just play the 10 and
if he plays the 10, and it holds, then he can lay down the ace of spades.
Oh, wait a minute.
And
Can you lay down the ace of spades?
Yeah, that's what he would do. I think he's got a. He's just if spades are 3-2, he sticks in the 10 of hearts. He sticks in the 10 of hearts. This gives him the contract. Oh my goodness. I wonder what he was thinking. Yeah, well, I mean, could this have been right? What if Declare would say ace and a heart and ace king third of clubs? How about that?
You may be wondering about, does Declare Declare can have ace king of clubs and not know the queen was dropping, and we need to give him some sort of a guess to do something?
Well, I guess he knows Declare is 5-3-3-2. It's easier for us to criticize looking at all the deals. Maybe he's thinking, like, for example, change South's round suit king, give South the king of hearts instead of the king of clubs. And this could have been the right play. All right, now Declare just plays the ace of spades and it's over. Yep, he can claim now. Pretty much. Ace of hearts, king of hearts.
Yeah. Oh, well, instead of winning 10, they're going to lose an imp, and Spectres, I think, in a double their lead as a result of that, but the match is still firmly in the balance. But still, I agree. I mean, he must have had some reason in his head, like, I better give Declare a decision in hearts before he knows, or a decision before he knows that the queen of clubs is dropping. So, hey, Declare could have ace king and a club, something. But it looks like a strange thing to have done.
Yeah, I suppose it was much easier for us looking at all the hands to avoid that. What do we have here? A diamond slam. I've been in worse grand slams than 7 diamonds. Won't make it today, but six diamonds is excellent. And they did not get there at the other table. They played in the other table's favorite 3-0. Not a 3-0 is a terrible contract. That might go down. The 3-0 could be down when 6 diamonds is making. Right, on a club lead, you don't even have in 3-0. Let's say, in fact, how did 3-0 on a club lead? Isn't that down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't see 3-0 making on a club lead.
I don't either.
What am I missing, David? There's only 8
Nothing
tricks.
that I can see. What it says on the scorecard is that the opening lead was the jack of something, but that looks like spades to me. So that was how they made 12 tricks, because somebody led the jack of spades, and I guess they made, well, I guess they made.
Here's a really light opening bid.
Well, I'm surprised South didn't open one of his very aggressive 2 hearts. I suppose he had too much. Last time he had it, he had an ace and a jack. This time he had 2 aces. So he was too good for a super aggressive 2 hearts, but he didn't get past West.
Well, he's in third seat. That's all I can say. You know, in third seat, he's vulnerable. We do open light in third seat, and it is lead directing. So, you know, I can see it.
I'm not sure that it is lead directing if it's a club, but I mean, I understand why he intends it that way, but I would say that East West were a little bit unlikely to get to diamonds now.
It's hard to get to 6 diamonds from the start. Well, North could bid 3 spades, forcing. This 3 heart bid, I know a lot of players here used to play that as weak, like a lot of hearts and weak. But I think most people now play it as something like this, highly invitational. 5 or more hearts, highly invitational. More than 2 hearts. So 3 spades is forcing. 3 spades forcing, and now 4 diamonds. Seems pretty normal. So they still have a chance to reach. They're certainly going to avoid the bad 3-no trump contract. Yeah. Can we see the auction at the other table? Did maybe North open 2-no?
We'll see the auction at the other table. I just need to be a little bit.
There it is. They put it up for us. Oh no, well, no, Maya put up the other table. We'll come back to our table in a minute. Let's see. At the other table. We'll come back to our table in a moment. The opening lead was let's see, 3-no. It went 2-no by North. Yeah, transfer and 3-no. And the opening lead, can we see the first trick?
The opening lead was the jack of spades.
Okay, I can understand it making 6 with spade lead. All right, we can go back now, Maya. Yeah, so 2-no opening got them to a silly contract. And fortunately for them, their opponents didn't lead their 10-card suit. Or I think it would have gone down.
3 spades bid 4 clubs. So clearly he's making, he didn't bid 4 diamonds, he bid 4 clubs. So clearly he's intending his hand as, and North didn't bid 4 diamonds, he bid 4 hearts. One of them, it's not even worth making a law about, but to get to 6 diamonds, one of you must bid the suit.
That should be one of your laws, David. I think you can have that as one of your laws. To reach 6 diamonds, someone must bid diamonds.
6 diamonds if you never bid diamonds, not possible. Maybe South can bid 5 no trump because slam. That's the way to do it, and they can bid diamonds for the first time at the 6th level.
Well, we've been in worse contracts since 6 spades. It won't make here because they have a spade loser and a diamond loser.
6 hearts looks okay.
6 hearts, you'd lose a heart and a diamond, no?
Oh, so it should, yes. Yeah. I was thinking you could throw enough on the spades, but of course that's not right. You're throwing them from the hand with too many of them, so to speak. You can only pitch 2 diamonds from the south hand, one on a high spade and one on a long one. But so who knows? Nobody has yet bid diamonds, but they can make 4 hearts if that's why they play. They can make 4 spades if they can't play 4 hearts anymore because South bid 4 spades.
Well, certainly, I'll say this: 4 of a major is a better contract than 3-no trump.
That's true, but I wonder what North's going to think South has. North's going to think South has like ace-third of spades and a singleton club and enough to I mean, having bid 3 hearts and hurt 3 spades, why shouldn't South be something like 3, 5, 1, 4? He still might be right to play in 6 diamonds, but there's a real danger that North might get the wrong idea in his head and play in what he thinks is a 5-3 spade fit.
Well, 5-no pick a slam is every decade becomes a more and more popular, more often used bid. Certainly would come to the rescue here.
Yep, it would be certainly worth an airing.
Might be the time for it. I mean, North really is thinking slam given his partner's auction.
Yeah, I mean, he I don't think he'll believe that South would ever bid 4 clubs rather than 4 diamonds with this hand.
Well, but like you said, he could have 4 diamonds.
I don't think
Four
it'll
diamonds queen.
Not going to have this shape. But he might, I mean, it might still be right to play 6 diamonds on a 4 forfeit. If the mages both had a hole in them, like they do. Well, another big decision. We've seen an awful lot of them in this set of boards so far. Some of them have been pushes, but there's scarcely been a board gone by without the potential for vast numbers of imps to somebody.
Yeah, if they bid 6 of the wrong suit or 6 of the right suit, it was going to be a big swing either way. Now it's going to be not much, if anything. So they'll lead a club. Diamond lead. That's a strange lead.
Well, poor guy is leading the unbid suit. His partner's one club didn't show clubs, so he's leading the suit, the opponents. So the opponents didn't bid.
Well, that'll make for 480.
I wonder if he'd done that against
push.
6. He might not have done it against 6, but oh well. 480, is that worth an imp? No, of course they led the jack of spades, and that was 490. So just another push, although no swing might be a better description. Thank you, partner. I can imagine North saying just what I thought you had.
So is there some reason he's going to play ace of clubs or off a club first?
I suppose so.
Then I guess if spades are 5-1, this is a little better. He's going to come to his king of hearts. And yeah, he's okay, even if spades happen to be 5-1.
Yeah, the Duns will run now. So this is
okay. So this will be over in 2 minutes, or less than that, 2 seconds, and king of spades, queen of spades, and press the claim button. So these players are 2 in a room. Each you can see where the screen goes in a moment, and 2 of them are in one room, 2 of them are in another room, sitting there with their little computer. They can speak to each other. Yeah, you could see the line on the screen diagonally across board 7. So Whibley is with Kranyak, chatting away. So how many hearts by West? 2, 3, or I don't think I'd bid 4. So it's a little heavy for 3, but I'm vulnerable. So I like 3 hearts here.
plenty of defense on a couple of little spades. Even 2 isn't. A 4 does seem a lot. 2
over 3 hearts, I think North would pass. Over 3 hearts, I don't think North would raise. Over 2 hearts, he can.
Two hearts, okay, so somebody bid 4. Will that cause them to bid 4 spades? It won't cause South to bid it. I can't imagine it'll cause North to bid it. I can't imagine.
Sorry. Here's the thinking. Vulnerable 2-level overcall is a serious. It's not king 5th and a 10 count. So that's why Kranyak took the high road here. 4 hearts is a reasonable contract, but king of hearts is wrong. So looks like a big problem. The defense can cash 2 spades, shift to clubs. Clara can overtake the diamond and get rid of a club, but we're predicting down again. Last time we predicted down, he made it.
On the other table, they also overcalled 2 hearts. North bid 2 spades. East decided to double, which was fair enough. West bid 3 hearts, and East gave him 4 anyway. And that was 2 down, was stopped.
Well, the defense has to be careful here. If they try to cash 3 spades, which South should know not to do, now declare can unblock the diamond and make it cross and take all his pitches. But of course, South knows from the raise that that third spade isn't cashing. So he's found the killing shift here. Upside down 3, saying, I like it, and that'll be that. Declare.
West had overcalled 3 hearts, assuming he gave him 4, that North would then have led with 2 of spades or whatever his lowest spade was. Having raised the suit, he could afford to lead high from 3 small, but having not done, I guess he would lead low, so South would know not to. I mean, there wouldn't be too much danger of letting 4 hearts make.
Right. Yeah, there's good defense here. And the reason it's down 2, because everyone's saying, why is it down 2? He can throw a club. Well, it's because he's going to finesse the heart first, then overtake the diamond. And that's the right play in case South has 3 hearts king. So even though we can see an easy way to go down 1, declare should go down 2 by hooking the heart and then losing 2 club tricks.
What
Larry, this is Al.
knows that Edgerton started with 3 spades, ace, king, queen, jack. Or he may think if the guy had the king of hearts also, would he have opened a strong enough?
Yeah, 1 second, Al. Yeah, maybe North wouldn't have enough for his raise, so maybe he thinks the king of hearts is wrong. Although it could be ace, king.
Knows the king of hearts is wrong, in which case he can, knows, but strongly suspects, either because North wouldn't know his raise or because South would have opened a no trump with king and a heart, ace, king, queen, 5th of spades, queen, jack of clubs. So he may reject it. It's a heck of a play for an extra under trick in a vulnerable game when your best chance of making it is the king of hearts on side.
We don't know about the jack of clubs either. It could be queen low. That would.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But
so yeah, he,
serious thought.
Al, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, just wanted to correct something. Unlike the USBCs, where 2 players are isolated in a single room, that is not the case in the Spingold. ACBL is set up, if I understand Adam Grossack correctly, the setup is that 4 players are at a table. Screen mates are sharing a single Chromebook.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't that sound lovely?
4 players at a table. Well, not the same, not the 4 that are playing against each other.
I think so. There's no chatting there. It's just as if they had replaced bidding boxes with the Chromebooks. Physically, I think everything else is the same. I thought that it was going to be completely separate rooms with screen mates, but all of the Northeast players would be in one room and all of the Southwest players would be in another room.
Let me, I'll check that out tonight. I'll ask one of the players and we'll verify that.
Okay, but it is definitely not the same as the USBCs where 2 players were isolated.
Okay, you know what? We can check with Jan on that. While you're here, Al, do you know what 1 club is?
Let's see, who's 1 club?
This is Whibley and Edgerton. I don't know if
there's
a card for them, but Kraniak seems to believe
North,
that
North South 1 club is 2+.
Well, he's got that.
Well,
2 + 4.
Treated it that way because he overcalled a no trump with the requisite points and shape, but not much by way of a club stop. And that was going to be okay. I mean, he was probably going to play 2 hearts, but
he was going to play 2 diamonds. 1 no, 2 club stamen, 2
oh,
diamonds.
he was going to be 2 diamonds, and well, yes, okay, he was probably going to play there. I guess West was going to pass that, but North rebid his clubs because nobody believed he had them. Cranyak didn't believe he had them because he overcalled a no trump. South didn't believe he had them because he didn't raise. North was the only guy who knew he had clubs, so he bid him again.
It was going to be a nice result for the Hans team because I think 3 clubs is going to make, and the other table somehow East West, let's see, made 3 diamonds. They lose 2 spades, a diamond, a club, and a ton of handling, but I guess 3 diamonds might make East West.
They did well to get to it. Maybe, let's see. What happened was that North opened the club and East doubled. West bid a spade and North bid 2 clubs. West bid 2 hearts and East bid 2 spades. South bid 3 clubs, but West wasn't through. He bid his other 4 card suit. He bid 3 diamonds and everybody passed. So he tried to play in spades. He tried to play in hearts. He finally succeeded in playing in diamonds and he made it.
Oh, Jan, yeah, Jan is telling me they are two per table. Hold on, let's see what Jan wrote here. Jan knows.
Yeah,
This is
she
Jan.
told me too.
There's 2 players at each table, each with their own Chromebook. There are 4 separate large rooms with all open room, northeast of one room, while they're closing another, all of the other. Okay. So, yeah, I see. So
Very
yeah, it's
different
sort
from
of like,
what Adam told me.
yeah, so it's sort of like what we did in the trials. You're there with your one person, but the room's not very small. There's others. That's a nice way to do it, I think. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, sorry about that. I totally misunderstood what Adam told me.
Okay, so if this does happen and 3 clubs makes, then why wouldn't it? Hans will pick up what, half a dozen imps on that board and take the lead.
So it's nice to know, David, that someone can actually still bid diamonds and find diamonds as a contract. We were beginning to wonder if I remember the great Edgar Kaplan, who had all these even more he had even more lines than you, David. He once wrote, well, the club suit is gone, no one can play in those anymore, and diamonds are fading fast. It's kind of the way modern bidding is. It's geared to the majors.
Absolutely. Well, he did his best not to play in diamonds. I mean, his partner made a takeout double, so he bid his spades, and then he bid his hearts, and then he bid his diamonds. Right he was, in fairness.
So this is board 8. We're going to go up to board 15. Then there'll be a short break. And then the final 15, now as to whether or not the ViewGraph commentators will choose this final 15 or a different match, that remains to be seen.
Playing good man.
110 and 110 is 6 imps. So is this a 2 hard opening, white on red? We saw him do it with Jack 10th at the hearts and a 5. Well, I guess he won't get to. He's just going to open.
No, it's a question of whether North was going to be able to open 2 diamonds or
2 diamonds, right?
Maybe he's less aggressive than his partner.
Well, now South can certainly bid here just to try to be a nuisance, but it's not like 1 heart gets in the way too much. So what about 6 spades east-west? It needs some good breaks, which are there. We've been in worse.
About 6 clubs by West, but it wouldn't surprise me if nobody actually bid clubs.
They don't bid minors. We've seen that. So this double, in standard is exactly for spades, but it seems more and more players are using it to mean 4 or 5 spades. So we'll probably get a support double here, showing 3 card spades support. And I would think they're going to play in 4 spades. It's just hard to imagine getting to 6. It's such a perfect fit, and it still needs a lot of breaks.
You've been these to 6. 6, if anything, really, it would be because you were using relays and both black suit 10s combined to make 6 clubs. A perfectly acceptable contract rather than one on 2-3-2 breaks, which is kind of not really acceptable.
Yeah, this just isn't the kind of slam players are going to bid, especially with interference.
No,
I would,
no.
yeah, I would not lose sleep over 680, and I would expect it to be a push.
It will be one. That's why they play it at other table. Also, the play will not take too long.
No, rough a hard and dummy draw a trump.
Maybe it's king, something like that. So this match started with a 3 imp. Was it 3 imps? Maybe 2 imps in favor of Hansen. I think they've doubled that so far.
Now, they're playing different deals in each match. So these boards are only played in this match. So I want to compliment you. It was David's idea to pick this match. You picked a match with not only good players, but interesting deals. So well done.
They didn't tell me about them in advance, but yeah, they certainly have been. Players have done some very good things as well as some ones that didn't work too well. But it's been yeah, great fun to watch.
You know, they certainly never give the commentators the deals in advance. We don't know what we're getting until we see it. Just like you guys, we see it when you see it.
Now he can claim. Well, tricks for him, no imps for anybody. Ooh. More shape.
8-4.
More possible slams. Can anybody make a slam?
Well, certainly not east-west. North-south have to lose a heart trick. Is at all 6 hearts is pretty darn good, isn't it?
It is.
It's good, and would it make? There's no, I don't see anything that would stop it. So good old-fashioned 4 club opening, not NAM yet. South's going to surely bid 4 spades, and then see if North bids.
I'm not sure I would, but I'm not sure what I would bid if I did bid.
How about 5 no pick a slam?
Yes, if that's true. That could have done with an airing earlier. Maybe it can get one now.
You know, the 4 spade overcall, again, it's not like it shows 8 running spades. It could be you know, the South could have like 6-4. Well, he does have 6-4. You know, it's tough. That's why people preempt.
Okay, West deciding a game all yet that he can raise the stakes.
Well, they're pretty high here because, like on a trump lead or trump switch, Declarer just has his 7 club tricks is all I can see. So this is like 1100 territory. Well, North's going to do something. He's either going to double or
Bid 5 no trump pick a slam, which
or 5 hearts, I suppose.
5 hearts, I suppose, but that seems to have just one way to gain, that 5 hearts is the only contract that can make, and why in blazes should it be?
Yeah, I agree. 5 hearts would be out there. So I think now South might bid 5 hearts.
Pull? No, he's not.
Well, he's going to collect 1100, I think. No, it's pretty easy defense. He's well, this is one way to go. I guess that's a reasonable lead. You remember Garotza's rule: when in doubt, lead a singleton. He's got the ace of trump. And North can win this, and North should just play a trump, I think.
I'm sure he should.
Well, 1100, but of course, North South can make 1430. So a lot of players today use, I don't know if it's popular over there, they use 4 clubs to show a strong 4 heart opening. Is that popular over there?
I would say its popularity was declining. A lot of people have adopted the notion that with a good 4 of a major opening, you open 3-note trump rather than 4 of a minor, which keeps. I mean, obviously, it removes the old-fashioned 3-note trump showing a solid minor, but it does leave 4 clubs and 4 diamonds free to do damage. But yeah, there are still people who play 4 clubs and 4 diamonds, as we call it, South African Texas. We don't call it Namyats, but yeah, it's still around.
Because if you couldn't open 4 clubs naturally here, this hand's pretty heavy for 3 clubs, and I don't know if you'd want to open 5 clubs. I think 4 clubs.
I don't want to open 5, but I mean,
4 clubs is just right.
I like 4 clubs. I think it's the right sort of bid on the hand, and it made life pretty difficult, especially when partner chipped in with this raise. He did switch to his trump, and Declare is going to make his 7 top tricks and no more.
Yeah, I don't see any way for the defense to go wrong here. You know, when South wins at some point his jack of spades and then plays the king of spades, then he'll be able to exit in hearts, and he doesn't have to ever give Declare a spade trick. So it's hard to know. 1100, you know, if the other table's 1430, it's.
Oh, indeed, yes. If they get it at the other table, but a lot of pressure.
So Declare, you know, he knows he's dead, but maybe a couple more trump, and maybe they make some sort of a bad mistake.
If South throws 2 more spades, then maybe he can set up a spade trick. Will he have enough trumps left to do that? No, he won't. Yeah, I'm in playing on. I got 40 minutes left in the round and 5 boards left to go.
Now, when we first used this 2 months ago, I actually made a rare appearance, and we used these computers, and it kept track of how much time everyone was using. I don't know if Jan's listening. Jan, I don't know if they're doing that here, keeping track of the time and enforcing penalties. Oh, North South did bid and make 6 hearts at the other table.
That was a good effort
for the Spectre team. Can we see how they did that? Maya, can you show us how they got to 6 hearts at the other table? Or
Jan
David,
has stepped away for a while.
Maya. So David can tell us how they got to 6 hearts.
Which was everybody bid their suits. It went 4 clubs by East, 4 spades by South, 5 hearts by North. There wasn't a 5 club bid by West in the middle of all that. North bid his hearts and South gave him 6. And everybody passed, and there it was. Everybody at the turn bid their longest suit, and when they'd finished doing that, they bid the next longest suit.
It was a big decision by North to bid 5 hearts. I wouldn't even think that's forcing, and you're probably going to have a stiff heart. And it was the winning decision.
Indeed. Big decision, but good decision. Seen a few of those.
Jan did step away for a while, but Lovebridge is collecting all of that timing data. It's just a question of whether or not the ACBL and tournament directors are using it.
I've seen people open strong no trumps with those South cards before now.
Yeah, I'm still old school. When I have four spades, I prefer to go this route. If I had switched the majors and you could talk me into a 1-0 opening to avoid the rebid problem. So now North, most play two clubs here is game forcing. I don't think North's worth that. So North might just bid some number of no trump, 1 or 2 no trump. One knows the low road, two knows the high road. So fourth suit, I don't know if that's game forcing or not. It might be XYZ where it's a relay to two diamonds, and then
yeah, I think that's becoming. Two clubs says bid two diamonds either because I'm going to sign off in diamonds or because I'm going to do something. And two no trump, I think, is just invitational with 5 hearts, whereas an immediate two no trump would be invitational with 4 hearts. So I don't think North actually bid his clubs yet.
I could maybe post a link here to XYZ in case anyone wants to know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, South decidedly has a maximum and is going to give him 3. And East, poor sucker, is going to lead a club. Let's hope he chooses not the 6. Or indeed the 3.
So in the chat, I put a link. I don't know if people can click that to XYZ.
Wow. But I mean, whereas I have every sympathy with leading 4th as to be longest and strongest, it's not going to work all that brilliantly. I don't know if there's anything that would have worked all that brilliantly with the hearts 3-3.
Yeah, hearts 3-3. He's got 9 tricks. 4 heart tricks. And 5 top tricks in the minors, in the clubs, and the black suits. So, and there's no guess involved in the heart suit. You just play the ace king and
I suppose he does.
another. So if anything, Norris wants to keep an entry to his heart, so he's going to probably play the queen, unless you can read, from the rule of 11. You go 11 minus 6 is 5. Has 5 cards higher than the 6 in the other 3 hands, and North declarer can see all 5 of them. So he knows the 7 of clubs will hold. But then once he works on hearts, he's going to have to overtake the club anyway. So he might just play the queen of clubs in case this is a lead from, like, say, a doubleton or 3 to 3 little.
Ooh.
So I think he'll just play the queen of clubs and then hearts from the top. He doesn't know it's 4th best. It's just the unbid suit.
Okay, no, he decided to. However strongly he thought it was 4th best. But does he know to play on hearts? Might he try a spade towards the jack for a 9th trick? I guess that'll work as well. Do I mean a 9th trick? What's he got? 3 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 spades. No, that would only be 8. I guess he needs to put his faith in hearts. What?
That's a surprise. If he was going to do that, that's a very big surprise to me.
Not just a surprise. I think it might. Well, how's he going to make it now? I mean, he can't get to his hearts anymore. He can't. What can he do? I mean, he can't set up any more clubs or anything. He's going to make 3 clubs. He might get a wash out of this, but I don't see what he can do anymore.
And I don't know what, I mean, we're looking at 04 hands, but what was he thinking here? See, now I would still be playing bridge if I could lead my 4th best, which blows the whole suit out, and then the declarer plays the suit this way back to me. I'm going to come out of retirement. Well, whatever declarer had in mind, This is not what he was playing for. I don't see it at all.
I mean, it's not as if it bid his club, so that he had a reason to suppose the guy would never lead one from you know, an ordinary fourth best. And maybe he thought the guy would always lead the jack from jack 10 8-6.
But even if he's trying to set up for himself 4 club tricks, that's only 8 tricks anyway. Why wouldn't
Sure, yeah.
go after hearts?
I mean, what was plan B is, I suppose, what I'm asking.
And if clubs are 3-3, as I tell my students, if they're 3-3 now, they'll be 3-3 later. There's no need to, there's no bonus for taking the first 9. This, you know, we earlier on, North shifted to that weird heart from 4 to the jack and let a game through, and we gave him the benefit of the doubt that maybe it could have been right, but I don't think I can do that here.
I mean, maybe he was just afraid to commit to playing 3 rounds of hearts. What if they win 2 hearts and 3 diamonds or something like that? And I go down but when what? I mean, as you say, if the clubs were running, he needed something else.
Yeah, he doesn't have to play ace hearts, king of hearts, and a heart. He could just play ace hearts and duck a heart. It's not like playing to the king has any gain since you don't have any spots. You know, you don't have the 9 or 8. So you could just play ace of hearts, heart to the nothing.
Yes.
And then if either clubs or hearts run, you have 9 tricks. Whereas working on clubs is giving you nothing.
Yeah, it does look strange. I mean, maybe he was hoping to do something with the spades, please, for queen and 10 or queen, and I don't know what he was hoping to do. I mean, but they didn't make it at the other table either.
Well, let's see. What about a well, there is really no lead to give. I mean, with hearts 3-3, there's always 9 tricks, so it's a bit of a mystery. You want to go look and see, David, how they went down at the other table?
See what we can see. Okay, so they played 3 no trump after an auction that went 1 no trump, I saw. 2 diamonds transfer, 2 hearts, 2 no trump, which showed clubs, and 3 no trump, which showed 3 no trump. And they led the spaders, who would not. And the 7 held the trick in the dummy. And Declarer played a club to the queen and a club. And then he played another club. And then he played a heart.
Same thing. Why not play hearts first? Ace hearts, give them a heart.
Yeah, he. I mean, I just think he was just thinking, well, if the clubs are 4-2, I'm going to knock out the club.
Oh, yeah, because he had a spade trick. Right, he had a spade trick in the back.
On the lead, so he thought, as long as the clubs were 5-1, I can play this way, and he did play that way.
So, yeah, that I understand. Okay. You have 3 spades, 2 hearts is 5, and 4 clubs is 9. Definitely, I understand that.
I'm sure that's what he thought.
That was diabolical. It turns out that Spadely giving them a trick made him go after the clubs, whereas at this table, he had every reason to just go after the hearts. That's funny.
How's he doing? I was looking at the other table while I was looking at this. Can he do anything?
Well, he set up his hearts. But he's.
Well, I was thinking he set up his hearts, but West is on lead. So if West sees a reason to lead a spade and not a diamond, and he did see to lead a spade and not a diamond.
But at least he led the queen. So
no, I think he's. I don't think he can do that.
Well, now spade to the jack. As Declarer backed into making this now 2 good hearts. How many tricks does he have? Oh yeah, he gave him that spade play, gave him back his entry to his hand.
It didn't give him a spade trick, but it gave him back his heart tricks.
Right. So West had to exit in diamonds. Now I don't know if he could have known that.
Well, he presumably knew Declarer had. I see. I mean, he knew declare had 5 hearts and 5 clubs.
Well, actually, even if he played a diamond, let's see, East takes the king and well, East could win the diamond and play a spade through. Well, we're looking.
Yeah, I mean, again, if the queen of spades pinned the jack, or even if declare didn't have the jack, I see if declare didn't have the jack, doubleton, then the queen of spades was bound to beat the contract, whatever. But so was a diamond, I think.
Well, we'll give credit to declare for finding a way to recover here. That was pretty amazing.
Tenants that nature intended him to win when he slid a club. But to say he went the obvious way about it would be to overstate the issue. West has a good hand. What's his turn on trump opening? We decided it was 21 to 23 if you were playing by his convention card, and 20 to 22 if you were explaining. So he has a turn on trump opening.
Now here's the 3-diamond transfer that I would double for the lead. Yeah, I think South's going to double, and they're going to play 3-no or 4 hearts.
A lot of different views on what you're supposed to do with this. Some people just play simply that if you bid something, it shows a diamond stopper, so he can bid 3 hearts to show 3 hearts and a diamond guard. Other people play that. Well, other people play a lot of other different things these days. So let's assume he doesn't seem to have alerted 3 hearts, but so East could offer 3-no trump.
Well, no matter what it said about a diamond stopper, it surely showed at least 3 hearts.
Yeah, nobody... I mean, you can understand East saying, okay, let's play our 5-3 fit. I mean, if I don't know whether they play that over 3 diamonds, West is supposed to bid 3 hearts with 3 anyway. That's more a European thing than an American thing, but I think it's catching on. But otherwise, East intended to offer 3-no trump, but now he's sure he can. Let's play 4 hearts. Are there some problems in 4 hearts?
Not that I can see. They could switch to spades. And threaten to take a diamond, a spade, a heart, and they can scare him a little with a spade switch.
Yeah, I was going to say they can worry him. They can switch to a maybe singleton spade.
I could see a slight problem here when they switch to spades and South wins the ace of hearts later, plays another spade to the king and another spade, and declare might have to guess whether to rough high and finesse against the 10 of hearts.
That was what I was thinking. Maybe they could sort of create a pseudo promotion for North's 10 of hearts.
Or South can just play Diamond's diamond, trying to give his partner a rough, and now declare is in great shape. But yeah, that spade switch could be problematic.
Yeah, it could. I don't quite know how, but it looks like the sort of thing that give him something to think about, if nothing else.
So the other table was 4 hearts by West making. Not a surprise.
Nope.
Turns out 3-no would be easy with the 2 diamond stoppers and an entry to the hearts.
Okay, stressed at the other table, we're playing precision. So West opened a strong club, and East bid a diamond, and South bid 2 diamonds, and West bid 2-no trump, and East bid 3 diamonds transfer to hearts, and West bid 3 hearts, and East bid 3-no trump anyway, and West bid 4 hearts anyway. So they got more bids for their money, which is what tends to happen when you play precision. And you have a good hand anyway.
So the diamond back, this will be easy. Now heart to the queen and the ace, and South might play another diamond to kill the discard. Another diamond so that his partner trumps and kills the king of diamonds discard, which could end up saving them a trick. There's a squeeze here, a black suit squeeze.
I was going to say it could, but only if, oh yeah, can he play a squeeze?
Yeah, he has to decide whether to take a spade finesse or play for, no, he just took a finesse.
He just took a finesse. Quite right, too.
Was there a squeeze anyway? I don't know, or I don't think there was a squeeze
I think
anyway.
it
was a trick short.
Wasn't
It was a
quite
trick
there,
short.
no. Anyway,
All right.
no swing for a change. No huge, great long things. No huge, great long decisions. Rather tedious, really, compared with what we've been watching the rest of the match.
Yeah,
But I
no.
guess some balls have to be flat. This one might not be. Wow.
Squeeze. Interesting.
I don't know what sort of dealing machines they've got in Chicago, but we should buy a lot of them. One spade by North, not even aggressive.
I think West is coming in here. 3 diamonds. No.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that. What is it, Gamel? I mean, obviously, presumably 2 hearts is forcing the game, but even so, both sides could have another big fit like they've had on a couple of boards so far. It could be right to try and push them up to the 5 level at least. I mean, okay, 3 diamonds could catch a horrible cold if neither side has a big fit. They catch a pretty big cold anyway if he did come in with it and somebody doubled it for penalties.
So 2-0 trump. That's not. It's alerted.
That shows 6 spades. I guess they play 2 spades as catch-all and 2-0 trump shows 6. Or something like that. So North has shown 6 spades. He hasn't shown anything else about his distribution. I mean, presumably with 6-5, he might have been able to do some other things, but that's what it shows.
I'm guessing there's no game that makes here with these splits.
Yeah,
certainly
appear a bit vile on the other hand.
Well, 4 hearts is the best chance, but I mean, if he leads the ace of diamonds, which is certainly possibly, I don't, it's kind of what you might stab out there. Ace of diamonds, 2 of diamonds rough, club over diamond rough. That would take care of that. If he leads a singleton spade, no, well, that's going to be the winning lead.
Yeah.
So if I were teaching suit preference to people who've never heard of it, I would tell them West is now going to play the 2 of diamonds for his partner to rough to say, partner, I would like the lowest suit. That's where my card is. If West happened to have a spade void, he'd return a high diamond to say, please come back in spades. If he had let a trump, I mean, a singleton spade, declare was in the game and I guess would have made it. So that when in doubt, lead a singleton would not have worked well here.
No, he surely would have made it with both kings as entries to dummy. He wouldn't have had any trouble at all with a spade lead.
Yeah, he'd win the queen, play his king, queen of hearts, and lose a heart and 3 aces and 2 aces. So Tomoe made the winning lead here.
And his partner, I suppose, made the percentage decision when he decided not to rough it. He could have roughed it playing that West did have a spade void. That wouldn't have worked. And not the ace of clubs. But okay, good lead. Temptation to lead a singleton, however the betting was, he resisted it and scored plus 100, which is more than they scored at the other table, to the tune of 750. Because they made 4 odds with an over trick. And all of that came about because the betting went to spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades, showing 6, 3 hearts, 3 no trump, 4 hearts. And West led the 9 of spades. And Declara accepted that as no more than his due, drew trump and lost a couple of minor suit aces. So
While he didn't, he had to lose a trump trick. He must have snuck through one of those aces. So here Kraniak has another 8-card suit. And this is almost like the other deal, we keep having these. And now what does West do? I think West is just going to pass here. Yeah. And now Declarer has to actually start spades with a low one. I don't see why he would. So he's going to lose 3 spade tricks. Now we can see double dummy. He can make it by starting with a low spade, but that's not the right play. Is it? No. The spades are 3-2. He just plays the queen.
Against some fairly ordinary layouts.
Right. A low spade wins when there's a stiff king or stiff ace. A high spade wins whenever they're 3-2. So he's not going to get this right.
Not much of a contest, really. No.
If he gets this right, that means he can see us or hear us.
Or at any rate, his copy of the hand records will be confiscated on his way out.
So notice the ace of hearts lead here. This is a good lesson in this. When you're on lead against a preempt, which 4 spades sort of is, that all normal rules go out the window. This is when you want to be very aggressive on lead, even laying down aces, because the dummy could have discards. The dummy could have like ace, king, queen on the side, and you need to grab your tricks when Declarer's got a long suit. So that's a very well thought out ace of hearts lead. Had South let a pedestrian minor, Declarer might be able to throw that heart away. Not on this layout, but just change a few cards and you could see why we want to lead aggressively against preempts.
Absolutely. I know some people might underlead the ace of hearts because they believe that so strongly, but it's a good job he didn't do that either. But what Larry says is, of course, absolutely right. Against preempts, you try and take some fast tricks before they go away on losers in the dummy. And leading an ace, even if it doesn't set up more tricks for you there, it gives you a much better clue of what to shift to.
Right. And the thinking is the declarer on your right is unlikely to have the king. So it's because he has got all his points in his long. So could it be wrong? Of course. There's a famous lesson deal where it goes 5 clubs on your right, all pass. And you're on lead with essentially 4 little, 3 little, 3 little, and ace, queen, 3rd of clubs. And of course, the right lead is the ace of trumps to look at the dummy. And dummy's got like ace, king, queen, and 2 of the suits. And when you see the dummy, you know which suit to play a trick to.
At the table, of course, Declarer opened 5 clubs on Jack empty 9th. And the ace of clubs didn't work so well.
Barnard Singleton king.
Barnard Singleton king. Life is not like books, but it is often enough that...
So Declarer has to decide how to get to his hand and to play the queen of spades. He's coming to come to the king of diamonds, and our money's on a high spade here.
Probably. Well, yeah.
The other table was in 4 spades down 1.
It's a question of which one you need to get them to cover with ace 4th, king 4th.
Mm-hmm.
They should not, but
okay, so this one will be over in a minute, and we have 1 deal left. So, David, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun. Thanks very much. Yes, it's been terrific sort of boards to watch, and at the end, the match is still pretty darn close. I mean, depending on what happens on the last board, but as I say, Hans Beginning, I think, got a 2 in lead. He's going to end it with a 7 in deficit, but if the 4th quarter is anything like the 3rd, that might be well worth watching.
And thank you, of course, to our host Maya and Jan Martell, who is running around like crazy making this work for us. And thank you, Al, for your information, which was mostly accurate.
Definitely. Very good to hear from Al Hollander, who's been providing tremendous amounts of information on systems for years and years and years when I've been watching and commentating BBO. So good to be able to thank him in person. Really has been a tremendous service.
Well, this looks like everyone's 3-0. I know there were a few that looked like that earlier and went awry, but I can't imagine not reaching 3-0 with a flat 19 opposite a flat 8.
So it looks like transfer responses to one club so spade is either balanced or diamonds and either balanced or diamonds and a game force. 2-0 trump is 18-19, 3-0 trump is 3-0 trump.
Right.
So I'm a 10 of hearts leader here.
Okay.
And hi, Kitty. Kitty must be doing the next set. So yeah, I'm a 10 of hearts leader. I don't like ace, king, 10 fourth. Too many bad things can happen. I would lead a high club against 6-0 trump, let the record show, but against 3-0 trump, I'm a 10 of hearts leader and declare as well, or the 9 if it's systemic. Declare is short on tricks here. He's got 3 hearts and 3 diamonds, and they break. That gets him up to 7. Spade is 8, and the king of spades is right. But if he goes after clubs, he hasn't made it yet. So
7, 8,
he
9.
might go after clubs.
Well, I suppose his red suits are strong enough that he has a pitch from the dummy on the 4th diamond if he decides to cash them first. But he might play on clubs, as you say. There are plenty of.
But if you switch the east-west hands, he'd have to play on clubs.
He did play on clubs, but he's put the jack in.
Well, that 9 of clubs is looming as set upable. So and now that he's going after clubs, he'll probably, I don't know, he can certainly revert to spades and survive. If he keeps plugging away at clubs, though, he'll also be okay. He'll lose 3 clubs and a heart. As long as diamonds are 3-3, either black suit was going to provide the 9th trick. The other room did make 3-0.
They played it from the north, they took the other table. And the lead was a spade, as well it might be. And Declarer decided to put the queen on it, possibly because the 10 was some sort of codified lead, so it couldn't be from Jack 10, so it had to be from nothing or from King 10. So anyway, Declarer put the queen on it, and then he had 2 spades, 4 diamonds, and 3 hearts. He didn't need to bother with much else.
So Declarer is having to work for it here, but it looks like as long as he, his diamonds are breaking, so it looks like he's going to get his 9th trick from clubs or spades. He can't go wrong.
No, I don't see a way that they can give him a problem even. And neither could they. Oh, wait a minute.
Not well, he can't claim, but he actually might have a diamond spade squeeze here. If somebody's got 4 diamonds and the king of spades, he's got that extra chance, right?
Yeah.
This time my squeeze analysis is accurate, because let's say, yeah, they play a diamond now. He wins it. He goes to the ace of spades, and when he plays the 9 of clubs, if either opponent has the king of spades along with 4 diamonds, they'll make it that way.
Well, not West. I mean, West will be discarding after.
Right, not either opponent.
East would need those, but I mean, yeah. So this is the only way they can give him a chance to go wrong, by finding some reason to run this, but he couldn't find one, I must admit. I wouldn't be able to either. Well done. That was nicely played, in fact. And won't change the result, which is, or the score, which is 7 imps to Spectre with 1 quarter to play.
I'd enjoy the fourth quarter, everyone. David, it must be bedtime over there.
It's midnight. You're probably right. Okay. Thanks very much, Larry. Thanks very much to Jan and Maya and Al as well. See you tomorrow, perhaps.